Hello everyone, welcome to the series of Signal and System lectures. I Anshu Parashar, teaching in GEMS Engineering Management Technical Campus in AA department. Today I'm gonna start with sampling. So the recovering the analog signal, that is called as data reconstruction also. The process of obtaining the analog signal xt from the sampled signal xs is called a data construction or interpolation. We know that xs is equal to xt into del of t, where xs is equal to summation of n equal to limit minus infinity to infinity x of nt into del of t minus nt. Since del of t minus nt is 0 except at the sampling instance, that is t is equal to nt, the reconstruction filter, which is assumed to be linear and time invariant, has unit response h of t. The reconstruction filter output y of t is given by the convolution, and upon changing the order of the summation we'll get yt is equal to summation of n equal to limit minus infinity to infinity x of nt h of t minus nt. So one we have ideal reconstruction. For the case of ideal reconstruction, the if xt is sampled at a frequency exceeding the Nyquist rate, and if the sampled signal xst is passed through an ideal low pass filter with bandwidth greater than fm but less than fs minus fm and a pass band amplitude response of t, the filter output is x of t. So we choose the bandwidth of ideal reconstruction filter to be 0.5 of fs. So the transfer function of this ideal reconstruction filter is therefore is given as h of f is equal to t for f greater than for less than 0.5 fs or 0 otherwise. So this shows that the original data signal can be reconstructed by weighing each sample by a sinc function centered at the sample time and summing. The reconstruction filter discussed above is non-causal and the impulse response is not limited, so it cannot be used for the real-time application. In practice, several other methods are used to reconstruct the signal. Some of the important ones among them are zero order hold, first order hold, and linear interpolation. Now, undersampling and aliasing, if the waveform is undersampled, that is fs is less than 2b, then there will be a spectral overlap in the sample signal. The signal at the output of the filter will be different from the original spectrum. This is the outcome of aliasing. This implies that whenever the sampling conditions are not met, an irreversible overlap of the spectral replicas is produced. So when omega is less than twice of omega m, that is when the signal is under sampled, that is x of omega. The spectrum of xt is no longer replicated in x of sw. And thus no longer recoverable by low pass filter. This effect, in which the individual terms in the equation, that is xs is equal to 1 upon t summation of n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of omega minus n omega s overlap, is referred to as aliasing. This process of spectrum overlap is also called frequency folding effect. In fact, the aliasing is defined as the phenomena in which a high frequency component in the frequency spectrum of a signal takes identity of a low frequency component in the spectrum of the sampled signal. The aliasing can occur if either of the following condition exist. One is the signal is not band limited to finite range and the sampling rate is too low. So the solution is anti-aliasing analog filter. The sampling theorem states that a signal can be perfectly reconstructed from its sample only if it is band limited. In practice, no signal is strictly band limited. That is, in general, signals have frequency spectra consisting of low frequency component as well as high frequency noise component. When a signal is sampled with a sampling frequency of fs, all the signal with the frequency range higher than omega s divided by 2 appears as the signal frequency between 0 and omega s by 2, creating aliasing. Therefore, to avoid aliasing error caused by the undesired high frequency signal, it is necessary to first band limit xt to some appropriate frequency fm by using low pass filter such that most part of the energy is retained. This low pass filter is used for band limited a signal before sampling. So generally referred to as anti-aliasing since it is used primarily for preventing the aliasing. So this is the circuit for anti-aliasing. Here we have an anti-aliasing filter and a sampler in order to minimize the aliasing. Next is the quantization. So in quantization is the non-linear transformation which maps elements from a continuous set to a finite set. It is also the second step required by the analog to digital conversion. So here we are having a sample and a quantizer, and we have a quantizer. So it takes discrete time as well as continuous value. So thank you and have a nice day.